I've just spent a lot of time with supernatural people who are never comfortable in who they were. These kids will be better.
The locals think we're a school for troubled rich kids. The troubled part is true.
So let's talk about what's cooking up for Season 5 of Legacies and why the show didn't address its major issue until it was almost too late. We've got all the juicy details, so stick around. So diving into the scoop on Season 5 of Legacies, let's address the elephant in the room, the rocky relationship between Landon and Hope. Throughout the series, they've had their fair share of ups and downs, but Season 3 threw a wrench in the works when it revealed that Hope's touch could be lethal to Landon. Talk about a major buzzkill. Now Season 4 has finally put the brakes on their love story, but boy did it take its sweet time getting there. The whole will they won't they saga dragged on, hindering both characters' development. Hope needed to move on from Landon to grow independently, but instead the show turned her into the big bad, the Tribrid, which honestly felt like a cheap shot. Turning off Hope's humanity was a big gamble, making her an unstoppable force of nature. Sure, it added some thrill to the plot, but at what cost? It pretty much killed any chance of a reconciliation with Landon. And speaking of Landon, the poor guy was stuck in purgatory, unable to do much of anything. So now that Season 5 isn't happening, we're left wondering what could have been. Would Landon and Hope ever find their way back to each other, or were their differences just too much to overcome? It's a real shame that we'll never know, leaving us with this unsatisfying conclusion to their story. With that being said, the sad news hit that Legacies got the axe after Season 4, leaving fans in a bit of a lurch. But don't despair just yet. It turns out there were some juicy details about what could have been in Season 5. Unlike its predecessors in the TVD universe, Legacies had a different vibe, focusing on a younger crowd at the Salvatore School. It was all about battling baddies in a Monster of the Week style with a lighter, campier tone. But as the ratings dwindled and the Warner Brothers Discovery merger loomed, the decision was made to pull the plug after Season 4. However, that didn't stop the creative minds behind the show from cooking up some intriguing plans for Season 5. Julie Plec, the mastermind of the TVD universe, spilled the tea that they had some solid ideas in the pipeline, including bringing in some long-awaited characters. And get this, Season 5 was supposed to shake things up with a time jump. Imagine that, a leap forward in time, taking our favorite Salvatore students out of the school and into the great unknown. It's like starting a whole new chapter in the TVD saga with our beloved characters finding their way back to each other in unexpected ways. After all the drama and twists of Season 4, it actually makes sense to shake things up with a time jump. With characters leaving and storylines wrapping up, it's the perfect setup for a fresh start. So while we may never get to see it play out on screen, the idea of Legacies Season 5 has certainly left us wondering what could have been. So wrapping up Season 4 of Legacies left us with some intriguing breadcrumbs for what could have been Season 5's storyline. In the finale, Jed and Ben, finally free from their curses, ventured off together, setting the stage for some soul-searching adventures. It seemed like Season 5 would explore their newfound freedom and perhaps reveal that what they saw as curses were blessings in disguise. But the spotlight wasn't just on Jed and Ben. Season 4 hinted at a deeper dive into Caleb and Cleo's relationship, especially with Cleo's emerging powers as an oracle. Her ominous vision of their future hinted at tragedy, leaving fans eager to see how their story would unfold. And let's not forget about Landon's unexpected gig as the ferryman of Limbo. Sure, his story could have wrapped up neatly in Season 4, but there was so much untapped potential in exploring his new role and how it changed him. Plus, it would have given Arya Shagasemi a chance to flex his acting muscles. But perhaps the biggest shakeup came with Alaric's bombshell announcement. Stepping down as headmaster of the Salvatore School, he passed the torch to none other than Caroline Forbes Salvatore. With her at the helm, things were bound to take an interesting turn at the school, maybe a bit quieter, but knowing Caroline, not for long. So while we may never get to see these storylines play out on screen, the setup for Season 5 promised plenty of excitement and drama for our favorite characters. Legacies Season 5 was poised to shake things up by introducing Stephanie Salvatore, the offspring of Elena and Damon from the Vampire Diaries. Creator Julie Plec hinted at Stephanie's inclusion, suggesting that in the Legacies timeline, Elena and Damon's children would be much younger, likely toddlers. This revelation hinted at a significant time jump, indicating that if Stephanie were to attend the Salvatore School, it would require a considerable leap forward in the storyline. The prospect of introducing Stephanie added an exciting layer to the show's narrative, further expanding the interconnected bloodlines that have been a hallmark of the Vampire Diaries universe. While Legacies Season 5 may never come to fruition, Pleck's comments suggest that the potential for new characters and storylines is abundant. And with another Vampire Diaries spin-off potentially in the works, fans may still get the chance to explore the offspring of other beloved characters down the line. Given the concrete plans for Legacies Season 5's story, there's still hope for fans to experience the continuation of the series, albeit in a different form. Take, for example, the beloved Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which continued its story through comic books after the TV series concluded in 2003. This transition to a different medium allowed fans to immerse themselves in the new adventures of their favorite characters. Considering the enduring popularity of Julie Plec's creations, there's a strong appetite for more content from the Legacies universe. Despite the disappointment of its cancellation, there's no denying that the series had plenty of untapped potential, as evidenced by the detailed story plans for Season 5. Therefore, exploring alternative mediums such as comic books could be a viable way for Vampire Diaries creators to satisfy fans' cravings for more Legacies content. Julie Plec, one of the minds behind the Vampire Diaries universe, shared fans' disappointment when Legacies was cancelled after its 4th season. The announcement marked the end of a 13-year journey for the TVD universe and signaled a broader trend of genre shows facing the chopping block at the CW. Pleck took to Twitter to express her sadness, likening the cancellation to the infamous Red Wedding from Game of Thrones, known for its shocking character deaths. She promised future tweets expressing gratitude to fans, cast, and crew, but acknowledged the sorrow of the moment. The cancellation hit Pleck personally as well, as it meant the end of her involvement with the CW, where she was also producing in Roswell, New Mexico. However, she swiftly transitioned to a new project, securing a deal with Peacock to adapt the Vampire Academy book series into a television series. While this provided Pleck with a new avenue for her creative endeavors, fans of the Vampire Diaries universe were left lamenting the absence of Legacies Season 5. Unfortunately, the question of whether there would be a 5th season was met with a definitive no with the CW's decision. What do you think about the cancelled plans for Legacies Season 5 and the future of the Vampire Diaries universe? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And that's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. See you at the next one!